Coming up on this episode of Mercedes Garage, we talk about the Mercedes-Benz data cards, the data plate that is on your radiator upper support bracket, and that mysterious metal or tag that is on your driver's side door. And we'll talk about the build codes of Mercedes-Benz in this episode of Mercedes Garage. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Mercedes Garage. Today we're going to be talking about the data card and the data plate on your Mercedes-Benz, both classic and newer models. Bear with me, because this is the first time we've ever did a video like this, that we're going to be showing pictures along with the video. It may work, it may not work. It's an experiment. Okay, first we'll show you the first picture, as you're seeing now, is of the data plate that is on the radiator grill, radiator bar, which is above by the hood latch, as you can see in the photo right now. And here's another picture of where that location is on a W123 and also on 124s, 126s. Numerous Mercedes models had that in that spot. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, those little squares is where they used to, that was an early form of a computer barcode that was used in the 70s, starting in the early 70s, 80s, and 90s, when they started to then did away with the data plates like that. Moving on, this is an earlier form, which was, there's not to be confused, now going back, not to confuse this plate here, shown here, with the one we just showed. This is the data plate that's always on the radiator bar, support bar, upper radiator support bar. This plate is also, is showing in this picture, also on the upper support, but this plate could also be on the door panel too. And we'll get into why this is important in a few minutes. This is from a 107. Looks like, I don't know if it's a US model or not. I have to see what a 107.044 is. Okay, now later models, this is a data plate on the door jamb on a S-Class. It looks like it's an S-Class. Now you can see in the lower right hand corner it says C040. That means the car is in black paint. Your paint code is on that card or plate as well. Now, going to the rest of the videos, this is the early form of the data card, not to be confused with the data plate. The data card was used from, oh boy, for probably up until 2008, 2009, when they became more being electronically. But they would, when you bought a new Mercedes, you got this printed out card. This is from the 240D 81, and you could see that it has the product number 123, 240D, 12, which means it's a left-hand drive automatic transmission. And then the rest of the VIN number is on there. You have your transmission number. It's a 721117 is the model of the transmission. And then you have the wheels, which are the tires that were Continentals. The headlights that were Hella, which are not Hella, they were Bosch. But we will get into that. I don't know why that was changed. I never changed it. And then below, you have a series of 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 numbers. Those numbers, 3-digit numbers, is the code of the production numbers, meaning of options. Now we'll get into that. I'm going to try to link to this video 2 websites that shows you what those numbers mean, and you could check out, it's basically what options you have. For example, 801, except for 800, 801, 802, and so on, just means the model of production, the year of production. So 801 means 1981. 801, if it was in 2001, would be the same number. I know that sounds confusing, and it is confusing. For whatever reason, that's the code number. 800 to 809 just meant the year of production of the car. So if you have a 2006 S-Class, it would say 806, meaning it was produced for that model year. Or if you have an 05, it may mean the year of production, which shouldn't be confused with the year that the car is, because there is cars that are produced in the year before as being the next year of production. For example, you could have a car that was made in April of 81 or June of 81 is an 81, but a car that was made in October of 81 or November of 81 could actually be an 81 or an 82. It just depends on what is the designation of that year. And there's literally hundreds of those numbers. The other number, 134, that is the interior color. In this case, Palomino, MB-Tech Palomino. If it was Palomino leather, it would be 234. 940 just means the paint color, marine blue. If it was black, it would be 040. And don't ask what the other ones are, because there's several of those paint colors too. Now, on a modern car, such as the S430, which is from 2006, this is on the EPC, which on one of our previous videos, as you could see, shows you the importance of having the EPC. You could also print out, or maybe you could get your dealer to print this out for you if you were curious or bought one of these cars used or wanting to buy one of the, with your VIN number and that, you could see your production codes. And this has on there, I can't see that, it is a little small. You could see the different options that were on that car, such as US equipment, the command system, if it was US, the paint color 7, I think it says 7, I can't see it on there, but that's what, and there's 2 pages of that. Here's the second page, which shows you all of those. So they refined it a little bit better, but just having a bunch of numbers that nobody knows what they mean. They have now a list of numbers and their definitions. So that got better. And this just shows you what the exterior color, if there's any paint preservation, which is basically a clear coat. And that is the end of that one. Now going back, I'll show you one other feature of this type of data card plate that is on the radiator bar. By the paint color, which is generally on the lower left-hand side, 930 in this case. 930G means that it was painted by a company that I don't know what, there's G, there's H, I think there's just G and H. Those are the original paint manufacturer, and whatever paint color 930 is, which is not white, 930 should be a blue. Anything 900s should be blue of some kind. You would have to, again, there's several ways of deciphering these codes, and I will hopefully show you 2. One is 30 pages and one's 100 pages, and I can't show you that in this video because it will take forever and bore everybody to death. So I'll try to put the links in there. Hopefully it'll work. The one sort of worked, but it pulled up the file a different way. It was just a PDF files. So that's it for this edition of this episode of Mercedes Garage. Hopefully next time we'll bring you some more new and more exciting content than talking about data cards and data plates and options. Have a happy holiday season and a happy New Year's to you and everybody watching. And thanks to our subscribers for subscribing. And if you're not a subscriber, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, and keep motoring in your Mercedes-Benz.